you doing this morning? Sorry, the windshield looks a little yucky. We got to the shipper sometime in the night, and I just got loaded, so I'm headed to find a truck stop so I can clean it, because these windshield wipers ain't doing nothing. About the same. Well, I woke up this morning for the first time in about 4 months without my knee killing me. So we are in Tennessee again this morning, and then we're headed eastbound. Goodness. I'll have to say a prayer for you over that there, Tony. Good morning, Sean. Thanks for joining us. If y'all don't mind smashing that thumbs up, the ones that are actually in here chatting and the ones that are lurking, I'd really appreciate it. I am just now getting my day started. We got at the shipper last night and backed into the dock, and they come out and woke me up, asked me where I was going to. I told them, they loaded me up, and come out and told me they were finished, and I headed on down the road. So so far it's been pretty easy. But that's the way trucking is when you're doing it. You'll have good days and you'll have bad days. Tony, I can't imagine getting up that early. I mean, I've done it, I just don't like to. Getting up right after the sun comes up. here. I do a lot of driving content, so I can share the content with people that are not able to get out here and drive. You have nothing to do all day, but can't do what you want. Do you want to be out there on the bike, Tony? And that would be a nightmare for me, said Sean. Yeah, I agree. I mean, is it storming over in your area yet? Perfect riding weather during the day, storms at night. Good morning, Victoria. How are you doing this morning? Get motivated, yes. Me too. I haven't had coffee in about probably 4 days. You have clear skies where you're at? Yeah, there was some pretty horrific storms came through yesterday. Yes, no coffee in 4 days. I'm fixing to get some though. Hello there. Good morning, puppy dog. I'm going to you had a bad one yesterday afternoon. Yeah, when I was coming through Knoxville, Tennessee, it was White Pines, it was pretty bad there. I actually stopped because traffic was already getting backed up. So I stopped and let the hard rain subside a little bit before I headed back out there. All right, y'all. This blurriness should clear up in just a minute because I'm gonna pull in here and after I scale this load out, and I'm gonna clean my windows and try to get all the nastiness off there. Well, we went to Afton, Tennessee. That's where we picked our load up at yesterday. So I was probably around your area, or get pretty close to your area anyway there, Tony. But today I'm going to show y'all how we scale out our loads if you drive a truck and you don't know. So since I just left the shipper, I've got heavy loads. I always like to scale my load out. That way I do not get a ticket by DOT when I get to the scales. So first I got to put on my Isaac here that I'm scaling. That way the logbook knows what's going on. And now I've got to push the button and give them some info. So hang tight for just a minute. Thank you. All right, y'all. It is that easy. I usually use the app, but since I'm doing a live stream, I'm just going to do it the old-fashioned way, where I go inside and get the ticket, because I did not want to end my live stream already. So I'm going to go back around to Fuel Island and get out and yeah, they do. They have an app. You can do everything right from the cab of your truck. You can even pay for, like, get the fuel pump started and everything from the cab of your truck. But every now and then I like doing it the old-fashioned way. It just let me put my seatbelt on here. There. It just sometimes easier when you're on your phone, I think. Took me a while when I came back out here on the road after Dad passed away. It took me a while to get used to everything digital, because that 5 years I was off, that's when everything switched. So I mean everything. Well, okay, you come in time to watch me clean my windows and to go in and pick up a scale ticket. Yeah, we just scaled out the load, and I'm gonna go in here and get me a coffee after I clean the windows. I know, for real, right? I don't understand why that stupid thing beeps like that. 11 mile an hour, it tells on you. If you go under 11 mile an hour, you're good. Yes, you like the old-fashioned. It gives you time to breathe and stretch. All right, y'all. When I pull in here again, I got to change my status on the Isaac to let them know what I'm doing. So just change that over to off duty. Hi, Blonde. A little raccoon told me you needed watch hours. Yes, I do. Thank you for coming over. I appreciate it. And I hate to leave y'all in here by yourself, but I'm going to have to get out of the truck and clean the windows. And I'll be right back. Talking to him, buddy? Alrighty, got that out of the way. Hope the dog wasn't too loud if he was talking to y'all. Yes, this truck is an automatic. Change of plans. Yes, the truck is definitely protected. Yeah, he that, and if somebody did jack the truck, this is funny, they don't know the hubby's in the back sleeping. So once they got to where they was going and realized he was there. Oh, he's with us 24/7. We actually live in this truck right now. We've been living in it for the past 4 years, so everywhere that he goes, or we go, he goes. So, I mean, even when we're out of the big truck and we're in the little pickup with the rooftop tent and stuff, he's always with us. The red Pete backing out. Looks like the one I used to own, minus the stripes. You're just learning about my channel. Well, I'm glad you're here. I appreciate you being here. Wait, quit scrolling so I can read the... Yeah, he really does scare people off when they... Well, he thinks he scares them off. Anytime he sees anybody walking near the truck, he likes to bark at them. You used to own the red Pete backing out, minus the stripes. You just learned about my channel. Hey, hey. Now that thumbnail is fire, my sister. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, since I'm having to change things up a little bit and stuff, I figured I'd start out with the thumbnail. It is cheaper than getting an apartment or a house right now, and we have all of our stuff in storage, so, and it's near where we keep our pickup truck, so when we come in town, all we have to do is go to storage if we need anything. So you love it? Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm going to pull up here and I'm going to pull up here. Well, good morning, Tiffany. Thanks for joining us. And I hate to leave y'all again, but I'm going to leave you running while I run inside and get my coffee now that the guy in front of me moved. And I will be, well, we're not on the road all the time. We usually get a weekend off or a day off for a weekend. But where we deliver to is where my daughter lives at and her family. And that's where we have our pickup truck parked. So, so we usually take and park the big truck there in her driveway, and then we leave and go like down to the creek or go out to do what we need to do, or go visit the other daughter and grandbaby before we have to leave back out again. So so we get 1 to 2 days off. If I have something I have to do, we might get 3 days off, and then we get our vacation time. But y'all, I'm gonna have to leave you for a moment. Feel free to chat amongst each other, and I will be back in a few minutes. I've got to go grab this scale ticket and get some coffee. Okay, y'all, I am back. I am back. Got my coffee. Got my scale ticket. It says we are 10,860 pounds on the steer, 27,200 on the drives, and 24,380 on the trailer. So we are good to go. I want to show y'all something. When you go in and get your scale tickets, and this is another thing I've been thinking about, they give you a collector's card with your when you scale out your loads, if you do the paper ones, and they put it on the back of your, see the collector's card? They put it on the back of your scale ticket, and it tells you about the family that owns the truck. And I used to collect these all the time for my daughters when they were little, because they loved them. And now that they're grown, my granddaughter likes them. So I go in and collect them for her. Yes. Every now and then when I think about it, I do the actual paper ticket so I can get that and collect it for her, because they are collector's cards. But now we are ready to head on down the road. Let's see. I hope that's a great tasting coffee, since you haven't had one in 4 days. Yes, I'm thinking it should be. Nickel extra, put like the Blonde Traveling Gypsy. Thank you, I appreciate it. Hello, Blonde Traveling Gypsy and beautiful chat. Sorry, the thumbnail has me excited. Laugh out loud. Oh no, you're good, because see, that's the thing. I'm gonna have to go in there and change everything, like change all my titles. And while I'm changing all my titles, I'm gonna be adding thumbnails to every one of them. And believe it or not, I did that talking to just talking to it going down the road, and it I did not depart a lane. This truck done lost its mind. Yes, that's true. And I have to get out and walk. I mean, like, my knee's been bothering me for months now, and I can't just sit in the truck. Like, I have to get out and take the doggy for a walk and get out and go inside. I mean, I usually stop about every 2 hours if I'm in an area where I can, and take a little break and get out. And even if it's just walking around the truck 12 times, I try to do that. Because that's about the only exercise you get when you're running team. Let's see who come in. Tina, hello. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for sticking around, Tiff. I appreciate it. I needed about 800 I needed about 800 more watch hours this morning when I checked to do the get the full monetization. So this is why we are live again. I'm gonna try to get as quick as I can, and that way I can do other things. How big of a dog do you have in the breed? He's like a medium-sized dog. He weighs about 42 pounds. And his mom was full-blooded Redbone, and his dad was full-blooded German Shepherd. And he's got the short hair like the Redbone. He's got the color of the Redbone, but he doesn't have the ears of the Redbone. I think his ears his ears may have came from the German Shepherd side. He's really cute though. And the end of this month he will be 7 years old. And we've had him since he was about 5 weeks old. Redbone is a hunting dog. They're usually long, tall, and skinny, with long floppy ears and wrinkles on their face. You'll have to look it up because they are really pretty. I mean, I think they're really pretty. They're a hunting dog, so. And he does have to get out and do his share of hunting, even though he never finds nothing. Like, he'll be sniffing in the grass, and a rabbit will come running out, and he'll not even know it came running out. He'll just be in there still sniffing in the grass. Yes, it's in the blood, yes. We have designated areas that we stop in, so we can let him out so he can run around and pretend like he's hunting, and that way he gets his exercise in. So, Nichols Extra, is this Brother Des or Sister Kizzy this morning? Sister, okay. All right. Now I know who I'm addressing. I wanted to make sure. Oh, okay. Gotcha. If you see beautiful chat, that's me. Okay. Okay. Now I'll know. If y'all want to promote your channel while you're in here, that's fine. If you need subscribers or watch hours, if you want to like add a description of what your channel is about in the chat, you can do that. It doesn't bother me one bit. Because that's why we're here, is to connect and grow. So if you want to do that, then other people can check your channel out and subscribe to it and maybe help your channel grow also. And if it starts buffering, if somebody will let me know, I'd appreciate it. Because, yes, the hour requirement is changing February the 1st. But if you are already monetized before February the 1st, they grandfather you in and they don't require you to have the 8,000 hours. So if you are a new channel or you're trying to get monetized, it's easier to do it now than it is to do it later. Yes, it is wild. I mean, if you went live stream every day for like 11 hours a day or something, I mean, you know, you're definitely new. This is to anybody out there. As soon as you hit your 50 subscribers and you get the okay to do your live streams, do your live streams. You've only been doing it for over a month. Well, Sean, if you'll go into my actual videos and leave me a comment on one of my videos, so when I'm not driving I can find you later, then I'll check your channel out. You told Desmond we got to get this channel going on. Yes, I mean that is the only way to get, I mean, it's not the only way to get your hours in, but for the most part, you get more watch hours. To get to 8,000 people need to get 22 hours a day. Crazy. Yes, and you can only do like an 11 hours and what is it, 59 minutes, and then you got to cut it off, and then you've got to restart it again, because if not, then it doesn't count. Have Fun in Nature only needs 300 more to reach their 4K. Yeah, I'll check and see what I've not ran you on tonight, Tiff, when I quit driving. And if there's a channel I've not, or like one of my accounts I've not ran you on, then I'll put you all on it and run yous. Yes, then you have to shut it off and start again. So, my thing is, I don't want people watching me sleep. So, I mean, in which the hubby said I could turn it on and leave it running while he was driving, but he wouldn't be able to, like, keep up with the stream or nothing. Oops, it slipped on by. Well, I have multiple accounts. I do have a Blonde Traveling Gypsy Shorts, but that's just that was just something I started. And then now that they're changing the short thing to, you have to have more shorts, I'm not even trying with that. Like, I think I've got like maybe 7 or 8 subscribers on that channel. And that's it. And then I have my personal account that has nothing on it. I just use it to help people with watch time and, you know, to scroll through when I'm looking on YouTube myself. But I only actually have one YouTube channel that I'm actually doing anything with, and that's this one. This was my first one, and I've been working 60 something hours a week and doing YouTube. I'm not going to say it has been easy, by no means. Let's see. You have heard there's some that have multiple channels and accounts. I can barely keep up with one, and that's me. I mean, I can barely keep up with this one, and I've learned this past week that you cannot use the same titles. Like when I first started this channel, the title was let's take a drive together, and I did that on like every one of my videos that I made. So now I'm having to go in and change the channel or the titles to them and stuff. But I mean, other than that, you know, there's no issues with this one. It's just hard to keep up with it. This is your only account and channel. Well, from what I understand, it said that the guidelines things or their policies or whatever, Tiffany, they sent me an email telling me that I was not approved for monetization right now, that I could appeal it or I could change what was going on, but they said it was reused content. So whenever I looked it up, it said that you can't reuse the same titles or thumbnails, is what it told me. So, I mean, that's the only thing I reuse, so I have to go in there and change the titles around, or, you know, change the titles. And then I can reapply September the 9th. Yeah, I didn't appeal it because I wanted to see what they thought was wrong with it. So I just went in and, you know, changing it. Yes. Yeah, I wasn't going to say anything to anybody, and then I got to thinking, well, if I don't share what I know with people, you know, the experience that I'm having, then other people may have to go through the same thing. So I would rather help them now if I could, you know, like sharing my experience with them. So if they have the same thing going on with their channel, then they can change it. But now, Tiff, if there was anything wrong with your channel at all, they would have told you when you applied for partial. So, I mean, well, I don't have thumbnails. I'm just now starting to put thumbnails on mine. So I think that, I mean, I don't know if that was one of the issues or not, but they just said reusing content. And every one of my, like, videos I take while I'm driving down the road, and then I added a you're thankful to find creators who aren't gatekeepers. Thank you for sharing your experiences. Well, you're welcome. Yeah, I mean, I got to thinking about it, and it was like, it was bothering me that I wasn't telling people. I mean, like, it was really bothering me. Like, it was like I was keeping this big secret from y'all, and it made me want to, well, I don't know, Two Lane Reflection, it might, but I just wanted to share with everybody what they told me, and that's the only thing I can figure out. Like, I actually went to the Chrome and went to the AI mode and which some people's probably going to look down at me for doing that, but I asked them to analyze my channel and tell me what they see is reused content. And that's what they told me, is I was just using the same titles that I needed to change it, that I had a good strong channel, and I needed to change the titles and add thumbnails. So that's what we're doing. So we'll see. We'll see what they say, but I'm going to still see by the time that I get to reapply, I'm hoping I have my 4,000 watch hours in, and then I'll just be fully monetized. Yeah, see, I hadn't used AI. I didn't know much about it. Don't really care to know much about it, but I mean, I guess at that moment it was like, I need to use it to try to figure out what's going on here. I need somebody to show me because I can't see it myself, But yeah, I also went to YouTube Studio and had them to analyze it, and they only said good things about it too. So that's what we're working on. But yeah, if y'all have time and you don't care to have fun in nature on for when you go to bed at night or something, on a TV or something, and just run her stuff for a little bit, it would really help them out, because they are so close to, they're only 300 hours away, and they could really use the help to get there. I love Tiffany and Brian. They're some really good people. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to check all mine and see what I haven't ran y'all on, and see if I've missed anything. I usually do that every other week. I'll go in there and see if I've missed anything, and yes, we definitely will, Tiff, because I'm telling you, next year, well, I say year, but next, probably in the spring, we're going to be coming up that way, because I've done talked to the husband, and there's a few people we're going to do a round trip, and we're going to plan it out to where there's several people that we talk to on here, or I talk to on here, that I'm friends with, that we're going to stop in and visit them on that trip. Hello there, Mental Raccoon Glass. Thanks for joining us. Let's see here. I have a new message coming out tonight. It's a really good one that fits everyone. day going, Raccoon? Well, hello there, Rubberneck. Oh, you just ended your stream and you'll share that? Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Well, sister, you're not going to be left out of that group because I'm going to be rolling up past you, too. It's called If They Found My Phone After I Died, Would They Find Jesus? Well, that sounds like a good title. Thank you, friend. I appreciate it. But yeah, there's several people around, like we're going to start and we're going to find out where they live at, the ones that sending that love right back to you there, Raccoon. But we're going to try to, I'm going to try to map it out to where I can catch several people. And that way I can meet them. Because y'all that I talk to all the time feels like family to me, and you will be live camping and fishing this weekend. Cool. And it's going to be on this channel, right? The extra channel. Okay, good. I'll make sure I try to catch you, because I'm not even sure what we're doing this weekend yet, or what days we have off or anything. But I know that I have that aqua therapy on Monday for my knee, and a little bit of a praise report, y'all. Today is the first day that I have woke up, that I have gotten out of bed, and my knee was not already killing me. Like, I walked into that truck stop back there to get the coffee, and I walked in just fine, and it started hurting a little bit on the way back out. But I mean, I actually had a little bit of relief this morning. Yeah, it's been going on since April, and well, you've got to run errands. All right, I appreciate it. Yes, it's definitely a praise report, because I'm telling you, I've been in pain since April with this knee. Like, it's been constant. It even wakes me up when I sleep at night because it's hurting. And I actually got some good rest last night, and woke up this morning, and it was not hurting. Well, that's what I'm going to have to do, is get a replacement. But your insurance makes you go through all these flipping channels, the insurance we pay for, You go see the ortho. They do the x-rays. They see it's bone on bone. And then that I had 7 bone spurs in that knee. And then they have to set me up for physical therapy. Once I do physical therapy, they get me approved for the MRI. Then once the MRI comes in, then they'll, figure out what they're going to do from there. But it's all, to me, it's a money racket. I mean, it's just sending you on down the line, paying somebody else more money. When I think that they should order the MRI first, get that out of the way so they can see what's going on. And then once they see what's going on, then if they see it's something that rehab can help, then they should send you there. And if it's not something rehab can help, then why waste your money, and your time by having to go do it? Because the lady, when she did the measurements on my knee and on my leg Monday, she's like, honey, why did they send you here? Because there's nothing we can do for you here that you won't be in extreme pain with. And I was like, your guess is as good as mine. So she was like, we have aqua therapy. We could put you in that and let you do the pool, and that would take the weight off your knee and maybe give you a little bit of relief. And I was like, I'll try anything. I really don't care. Exactly. I have too. Back 10 years ago, I got shots in my knees every 3 months for over a year. And they told me I needed a replacement then, but they wanted me to wait till I was 50. And then 2 months before I turned 50 or 3, it started bothering me again. Like, so bad that it's been horrible. But you learn to live with it. I went in June, and they gave me a steroid shot in it. And he's like, you should feel better before you even get out of my office. I didn't feel nothing, like, other than the pain. That's all I felt. So, but we might get a little break from work. Once they do the MRI and they see what's going on in there, then no. And I'm scared of needles, y'all. I mean, like, well, not scared of needles, like, when they take my blood, I have to look away. If not, I'll pass out and get sick to my stomach. So years ago, when they did the shots in my knees, they used a freeze spray, and I did not feel the injection. Did not feel it at all. Yes, it does. It really does feel worse after you get the injections, because after they injected, did whatever. Funny story. My daughter was, still at home back then when that was happening, my youngest one. And I went to sit down on the toilet the day after I got the shots, and I screamed out in pain because it felt like somebody had took a stick and just jabbed it through the side of my knee, and felt like it got broke off in there. So I screamed, and when I did, she come running to the bathroom, and she's like, what's wrong, Mom? You got a kidney stone? And I was like, no, it's knee pain. I mean, she's like, oh, it hurts that bad? And I was like, yes. Yeah, I mean, that's how bad it hurt after I got the shots. They did not help at all, but, that was the process I had to go through back then to be able to get the MRI done so they could see what was going on there. But yeah, I do not like needles at all. Like, do not like them at all. And when I went and got this injection in my knee in June, I told that ortho that I asked him about the freeze spray, and he's like, yeah, we have it, but that's all in your head. He's like, the freeze spray don't really help, but I have it. So he just sprayed it like 3 seconds on my knee, and I'm telling y'all, I cried. Because as soon as he stuck that needle in there, like, I had my eyes closed, but it hurt, and I cried. And then he was like, oh, I'm so sorry for hurting you. That's why I'm on this side of the needle. And I was like, well, and I've done told him I won't be back to that one. After I left, I told him I wanted a second opinion. Yes, that's exactly where they put them, Raccoon, is under my, and it flipping hurts. If you're near a vitamin shop, look for Highlands Leg Cramps PM. Fast and effective. They are dissolved tabs that actually work. My husband tore his meniscus numerous years ago. Well, I will definitely have to look that up. Yes, no, I decided I would not go back after that to that one. I told them I needed a second opinion. I needed them to refer me to a different ortho because that one just was not one that I wanted to see again. And my daughter works in the healthcare field, and she actually works for that for the group that I went to that ortho. But reason I chose him was because he was the only one available when I needed him. The rest of them were going to be like a month, 2 months out before you can make an appointment. So I needed in there to try to get some relief. It was hurting so bad. But that's what happened. But yeah, this morning I actually woke up and it didn't hurt. It's not hurting right now either. Like, while I'm sitting here, it's not bothering me at all. And usually I'm sitting here and it feels like it's on fire and broken 4 or 5 different places. But right now it's feeling pretty good. Yes, the pickle juice does help, Tiffany. I do agree with the leg cramps, and a lot of people don't think that it works, but anytime I've ever had a leg cramp, I can get up at nighttime and have my husband, when I'm having the leg cramps, give me some pickle juice, and I can drink about 2 ounces of that, and about 3 minutes later they're gone. And I don't have any more for the rest of the night. But yes, the pickle juice does work. No, he does not drink pickle juice. He rarely eats a pickle, laugh out loud. Yeah, see, we ran out of the pickle juice, and we were at Walmart, and instead of buying another big jar of pickles, because we had no room to put them in the refrigerator after we opened them, they have these little bottles that are, the 5-hour energy shots. Well, they have little bottles of pickle juice like that. So we bought up like 12 or 15 of them at the time. And that way we can carry them around in the truck, and that way when I have leg cramps, yes, yes, you buy the small bottles, yes. I mean, it's easier when you're in a small space living to buy the little bottles, even though they're more expensive, but it's easier to buy them. That way you've got them when you need them. You also use a magnesium salve. It helps too. The heat depletes our minerals. Yes. Yes, small bottles for tiny living. That's exactly right. I'd been taking magnesium for a while, like the capsules that has like, I don't know, 7 or 8 different types of magnesium in it. But this is stuff that you have learned over the past 6 years. Oh, okay. And thanks for sharing that with us. Like, we appreciate the info, because if you don't share stuff like that you've learned, some people, don't know, and will never know. Yes, I think, yes, Tiffany and Brian are all naturals as well, yes. And see, I quit, I'm just going to be honest with y'all. When my insurance would not cover my medicine that I was needing last year, and I paid $650 a month out for just one prescription of one medication per month, when I couldn't afford it no more, I just quit taking everything. Quit going to the doctor, quit taking everything, and I was like, I can't afford this. Yeah, $650 a month. And the only reason, I'll tell you what it was. It was I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes back in December of 2021. Well, they put me on the Ozempic, or not Ozempic, it was Trulicity, and I was allergic to it. So they put me on the Victoza, and I had been taking the Victoza for over 3 years, and it had brought my A1C down to 5.9, and it had been staying at 5.9. Well, the insurance decided I was no longer diabetic because my A1C was at 5.9, so they didn't want to cover my medication no more. So, me watching my birth mother struggle with diabetes, and my dad, I had to give him insulin shots when I was taking care of him 3 times a day. I thought that I really needed this medication, or I was going to, like, lose my license and all that stuff. So, I paid for it until I couldn't pay for it. And then I just stopped everything. I was like, if they can't help me cover what I need, then I'm just not worried about it. So I quit taking everything, and I have not been back to the doctor to have them check my A1C yet, but I feel like I'm doing a whole lot better now that I'm not on anything. That is awesome. You enjoy finding others. Me too, yes. Tiffany, you would probably like trying to think of who it was. I'll have to let you know who it was, but yeah, I mean, I just got tired of giving them a whole paycheck a month, a whole paycheck for nothing, you know. Good morning, Aunt Carolyn. How are you doing this morning? Tiffany, go ahead and promote it. Let them know what it is, because I don't care one bit. Yes. Right now it is a beautiful day. Happy Wednesday to you too. How are you doing today, Brad? To put some air in my seat, y'all. It was feeling a little flat. We're back in Tennessee again. Going across I-40. But we will be going through the woods up here around the 300. Aunt Carolyn, I wanted to tell you, because I know Uncle Van was talking about it last night. No, it's our seats have different buttons. You can air different spots of your seat up, and this seat is lopsided anyway because the cushions in it. One of the cushions on the left-hand side is out from under the seat and sticking out the side of the it's underneath the leather, but it's not where it's supposed to be. So every now and then I have to put air in it to try to make it level. If not, it makes you lopsided. But Aunt Carolyn, I was going to tell you, Uncle Van mentioned it last night about the 8,000 watch hours. If you get fully monetized before February, then you don't have to do the 8,000 watch hours. They grandfather you in. But if you don't get fully monetized before February the 1st, then you have to have the 8,000 watch hours. So So if you don't care to let him know. It's a whole 85 degrees out here today, y'all. And that's better than the 90 something it was yesterday where we were at. Yeah, I can't keep up either. Yeah, it's a whole new learning process, and I'm having to, like, the best person to ask about things that are happening on YouTube is Tuber Chat, because he keeps up with, or tries to keep up, they do, with everything. So but that's where I first heard it, was on his channel when he was live the other day. The heat index there is already over 100. Yeah, that's hard on a person. So I'm gonna let y'all choose. Stopping in to say good morning. Do I go through Nashville or do I bypass Nashville? Yeah, everything's going good, Mac. Thanks for stopping in. Yes, Tuber Chat really does keep everyone updated. And he will help you out any way he can as far as answering any questions that you got. Well, Tiffany, I usually am too, but today we're going through Nashville. Sometimes I go around it and sometimes I don't. But there's you haven't driven through Tennessee, so you wouldn't be of any help. Oh, really? You just bought Nashville Eagles tickets? If it was you, you would bypass. Well, the hubby takes 840 around it, and that adds like another 20 miles to the trip. So, when I get up here to 440, I may, depending on which one looks backed up when I get up there. Y'all, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I love like being in the country, but when I can get to see city buildings and you know, just the if you can compare it to Houston or Dallas, I'd say go around. I do not drive well in those cities. I've had to pick up in Dallas before. So, and we used to go through Houston quite a bit. I think, I think it's actually been a few years since I've had to drive through them. Your laptop is glitching. Laugh out loud. Well, it's a wonder my whole stream ain't glitchy, but you know. All right, Mac. Fuzzy Adventures, hello. How are you doing? Well, Tiff, you do what you got to do, hon. Not today, Aunt Carolyn, not today. We've got empty bins today. Would say probably not, because it's too late in the week for us to go and me to make it back in time for my aqua therapy appointment Monday. For the next 4 weeks on Mondays, I've got to be in to do aqua therapy. And I don't even have nothing on the Isaac for us to do after we get back in, like off of this trip yet. So I have no clue what we've got going on. That's why I like the California runs. You know what you got to do. You know how long it takes you to get there to do it, and then you don't got to worry about anything else. I have no idea yet, Aunt Carolyn. I asked for a second opinion and sent the message in to the doctor for a referral to a second one, so right now I'm just waiting for them to respond back. I probably need to call them after a while and get on, you know, try to get them to move it on up, but just got pressure in it. I think we went up a hill. Well, Aunt Carolyn, they told me that there was, when they did the measurements and stuff, they said that they were afraid to actually do physical therapy on me because from the damage, like she was feeling around and stuff, she said that from all the damage that was in there, that she thought that physical therapy would not help it, that it would only put me in severe pain, more severe than what I was in, and they did not want to do that to me. I mean, the x-ray showed it was bone on bone and there was spurs in there, so, and that was just from the x-ray. I think I had 7 large bone spurs, and there was no cartilage. Tiff, you have yourself a good day. I think it's calcium buildup. I'm not real sure. My dad was exposed to Agent Orange when he was in the military, and that was before they had me, and he had a lot of trouble, like out of his joints deteriorating and stuff, and he got to where he couldn't walk. So I don't know if it has something to do with that or what. You know, I just know that I've had issues with my joints and my feet and ankles and bone spurs in my feet and in my heels, and now I've got them in my knees. So, and it's not just one knee, they're in both knees. It's just the left knee is the one that's causing the issue right now. It's the will, not the skill. I like that. That was on the back of that bobtail that just went by. Like the traffic's following us and passing us, so we'll see when we get closer if we go through or if we go around. If there's no traffic, it usually only takes me about 15 minutes to get through there. Yeah, the closer to the city is. But yeah, it does look like a lot of traffic back there behind me. No, I've actually hauled for, I had my hazmat for about 10 years, and I gave the hazmat part up. Which I kind of kick myself in the hind end sometimes about doing that, because you can make quite a bit of money, you know, pulling hazmat loads, but it's just, it's more aggravation and more about safety. GPS got me going, but I ain't going I-65 anyway. So I don't know what it's talking about. Y'all may not have heard it, but it told me there was a accident on I-65. I don't even know why it told me that. I'm not going that way, so maybe it thought I was. It tries to get me to go that way, and I don't. I cut through the woods, and it cuts off like 45 miles by cutting through the woods. You hate driving on 75? Well, I have to drive on it usually from exit, I want to say it's exit 59 in Mount Vernon, usually down to exit 29 in Corbin, But other than that, we don't usually drive I-75 much. Well, take it back. When we go up to Imlay City, Michigan, and we come back to Winsburg, we have to take 75. Back in the day when I drove for Cordell, I would leave Winfield, Tennessee every night and have to go up to Mount Vernon, get on 75 and take it up to Dayton, Ohio, swap trailers out and then head back. And that's the way we run with 75. You've driven in Tennessee and Georgia? Yeah, I used to live in Georgia and Dalton, right off of I-75. When I was working for Mohawk down there, I used to, yes, 75 going to Atlanta, Georgia does suck. Hello there, roll call. That's where I had my youngest daughter, was in Dalton. I actually liked it in Dalton. I also liked it in Chatsworth whenever I was living down there. But I lived on top of Fort Mountain. So this was years and years ago. I lived on top of Fort Mountain, and I was security for the, at that time it was called the Cohutta Lodge Inn and Suites, and I was security for them back then. And I loved it up there on top of the mountain. First time I ever seen a Black Panther was up there. Which we had bears and raccoons and all kinds of stuff visit us. You went through Atlanta, Georgia last Friday at rush hour. It was crazy. Yes, I agree. The last time I was down there, I actually did a live stream. I was sitting in traffic for over 4 hours trying to go 15 miles because of an accident that had happened down there. And I wasn't even, like, I was on the 285, so I try to avoid Atlanta now if I possibly can at all costs. Well, if you catch it at 2 o'clock in the morning, you can get through Atlanta just fine. But now, if between 2 and 4 a.m., usually, you know, no issues. But after that, you just out of luck. Yeah, see, when I was living in Alabama and I hauled produce, you came through Sunday afternoon and it was almost as bad. Yeah, you have to hit it between 2 and 4 a.m. But I used to live in Alabama and work for Story Trucking. And when I was working for them, we hauled produce. And we went through Atlanta quite a bit, taking produce back and forth from California to where it had to go. And I'd wait till like right around 2 o'clock in the morning to go through there. I'd time it perfectly every time. Let's see. Well, disastrous. I didn't even see you in here. You just got out of the shower, and I have to run up to the bank to handle some stuff. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, and I'm sorry I missed you when you came in. If you've been here for a while, I did not see you. Don't make fun of me. Oh, you had just said hello. Okay. I thought maybe I missed you, that you'd come in earlier and I missed it. I get excited when I see you. Because you're like one of the 5 of my biggest I want to call you family, but friends that I see a lot on here. All right, you go do what you got to do, buddy. Y'all, we are coming into Nashville. I'm gonna have to turn this air down. It's making me a little bit chilly in here. Had it set for 72, but it's getting cool. Even though outside says 90. Really? A total solar eclipse is happening this afternoon around 1747. So is that Eastern time? Yeah, 1747 would be 547, but I'm not sure what time zone it would be in. I will tell y'all what we did when we were kids in school so we could watch the solar eclipse without burning our retinas off. No, that would be a lunar eclipse when you was sleeping. A solar eclipse is daytime. Yeah, the lunar eclipse is at night and solar during the daytime. But you can actually watch it happen. you can get like a cereal box, and you can poke you a hole in the end of the cereal box, just a little tiny hole, like with a needle or a pin, a push pin, and you can look through the open end of the box toward that little hole that you made in there to be able to see the eclipse. Oh, you're not too educated on that stuff. Your mother and son love that stuff. Yeah, I only know about it because when I was in school, they also use like toilet paper rolls, and they'd take a piece of like construction paper, and we'd glue it to the end of it, and then we'd poke a little tiny hole in it, and we would look through the little tiny hole to watch the lunar eclipse. That way we didn't hurt our eyeballs. It was like they made a fun day out of it. Alright, y'all, I guess we're just gonna go straight through Nashville. You thought the red and white car was gonna sideswipe my truck? Now, there is a lot of people that like to get close. I don't know why they like to get that close, but they do. It was moving toward the lines. Some of them actually, even the big trucks, when they pass you, they come over on you. Like over on, across the lines. That's why we got 2 dash cams in here. The company has a dash cam in here, and then we have our own dash cam in here. The dash cam we have, I can say, okay dash cam, save video, and it actually comes on and does everything by voice. This is why you can't sleep whenever you travel, even if you are sleepy. Well, now, I ain't gonna lie. I used to not be able to sleep when somebody else was driving, but since we've been running team, when it's my turn to go back there and go to bed, shoot, I don't think twice about it. I just put that net on me, the seatbelt net, and go back there and relax for a few minutes, and then go to sleep. If y'all hear that GPS, it'll shut up in a minute, maybe. It's still trying to get me to go the wrong way, or the way I'm not going. Do I wear earplugs and a sleeping eye mask? Actually, I used to, but I don't have to wear the earplugs now, and leave the curtains closed, so it blacks out the lights completely. Like, they're really thick, and I do have my eye mask back there, but But the earplugs I don't have to use anymore because he uses his headset at night to listen to his music or to listen to movies or whatever he wants to listen to, and I don't even hear it. Now, when we first started running team, different. I did have to use earplugs, and I did have to have my sleep mask. He can sleep through anything. Like, it don't matter if I stop, it don't matter if a tire blows out, unless I go back there and actually physically shake him, he sleeps through all of it. I wish y'all could see over to my left because that's the really pretty view of the buildings over there. But yeah, that's pretty much, when you take I-40 through, that's pretty much it. The traffic was all backed up over there. And we may get into a little back up here because the way they do their if you've never been to Nashville, like, you have to zigzag once you come, like, to stay on I-40. Oh, I'm not moving over yet. That car just came over without a turn signal. So, but anyway, you got to zigzag. You got to go from all the way from the right over to the left to stay on I-40. It's like, instead of them keeping the highways together, you gotta zigzag to get there through all the traffic. See, like up here on the right, it's 24 East, and I've got to go to the left to get on 40 East now. And back there, 24 was on the left and 40 was on the right. If you've never been here, it's kind of confusing. Good morning, Jim. Oh, you like the thumbnail? I'm just learning how to make those. Learning how to make them. only thing I used is I went to Chrome, and then I went to the AI mode, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, when I told it what I wanted done, I think it was using the Nano Banana or whatever it was. I do too. The Chrome is actually on my phone. I've just got like a Samsung phone, so Chrome and then hit the AI mode is all I did. But it was on my phone. No, that is not my truck. That's just something that the AI made whenever I said make a thumbnail with a black semi and my emblem from my YouTube channel on the door. That's what they come up with. The AI came up with. Yes, I thought it was too. That's why I kept it there. The first one they actually made, I did not like. It was a blue truck, and it had a white trailer, and it had some name on it, on the trailer, and I was like, nope, not using that one. Now, I've never owned my own truck. I've always worked for companies because I didn't want the headache of owning my own. But if I did own one, it would look like that. Good morning, Dreamer. How are you doing today? If you're just getting here, we just came through Nashville. Since we started the live stream, we've scaled out the load. I went in and got my coffee. Yeah, I think it is a pain to be an owner-operator. I would help my mom with her tax stuff to take. To their CP. Yes, exactly. Oh, well, we just came through Nashville, but you missed all the buildings I tell y'all, the reason I never did want to be you just backed into a pole. I'll talk later. All right. You have a good day, Jim. The reason I chose not to be an owner-operator is because I had brothers, uncles, and cousins that were all owner-operators, and I seen they had to spend out for parts and fuel and tires, you know, just everything all together. And when we filed our taxes, I only made a couple $1,000s less than they did after all their write-offs. So, I mean, I was like, why even worry about it if that's just all I'm missing out on, you know? All right, Dreamer. Yes, the PMs are expensive. And the tires, I mean, $800 a tire, I mean, whew. Yeah, I just didn't want all the aggravation. I mean, I like being out here running, you know, running the miles, making my money, and then let somebody else worry about everything else that goes wrong. And these trucks that this company puts us in is, I mean, we get brand new trucks usually twice a year. About every 6 months we get put in a brand new truck, and we get to choose between Peterbilt, Freightliner, and Kenworth. And Peterbilt is our truck of choice just because it rides smoother than the rest of them, and it has a different setup as far as being able to store your stuff. We tried a Freightliner a couple trucks back, and we decided that we would never ever ride in another Freightliner again after being in a Peterbilt. It's just so uncomfortable. Everything about it's uncomfortable. When you're riding at night, it's uncomfortable. Y'all, I hate to cut this one, but the phone is getting a little on the warm side where the sunshine's shining through the windshield on it, so I'm going to have to go ahead and end this one and get it cooled off. I appreciate each and every one of you for coming to hang out with me. I hope y'all have a wonderful day today, and y'all be blessed and go be a blessing to others. Love y'all, and we'll catch you in the next one.